So any comfortable seat, of course, you know, practicing from home, if you're not as used to Zoom, you can adjust your settings so that you can. And let's take a couple moments here just to get grounded. So just a few deep breaths here. Start by lifting through the navel. That just kind of gets you a little bit more upright in your position. If you can soften the gaze, excuse me, so maybe looking down towards the bridge of the nose. If you're comfortable closing your eyes, you can do that as well. Let's just take a deep breath together. Take a deep breath in through the nose. And as you exhale, just open your mouth and just let it go. Just breathe it out like a nice releasing, cleansing breath. We'll try that again. Take a deep breath in, fill the lungs to capacity. And on the exhale, just let it all go. Good, breathe it out. Good, so let's establish the Ujjayi breath now. So as much as you can, just try to keep your lips closed and focus the attention of the breath in and out through your nose. Still maintain that upward lift here of the belly, create this internal fire inside. It's really effective, especially in times of transformation and change. And here, let's just take 10 deep breaths. So on your own pace, 10 of these full deep Ujjayi breaths. And after that 10th breath, we'll just meet in a tabletop position where you can just start to move your body any way that feels right. Nice, as you slowly start to transition into this tabletop position, you can bring any movements that feel good for you. So maybe it's cat and cow, maybe it's some circling of the head or the neck, or some movement of the hips from side to side. So it's always nice to just do a little check-in, notice how the body's feeling this morning. If there's areas that feel stiff or tight, maybe just bring a little more attention, a little more breath to those areas. And knowing that this is your practice, you can adapt it, you can modify it, you can intensify it as you wish. So let's take a few more breaths here. Really start to link your movements with your breath as much as you can. This essence of the Vinyasa, where we move in a very special and particular way. Let's take one more deep inhale. One more deep exhale, and then we'll meet just in a neutral place, a neutral table position. Still keep that nice upward lift here of the belly, but make sure your bones are stacked, shoulders right over your wrist. We'll start with a thread the needle. So just take that right arm, reach it all the way up and open, and then thread the right arm under. So you rest down on that right cheek, the right shoulder comes close towards the earth. Now you can stay here. You can also extend those left fingers long if you want to reach towards that left corner of the mat. Another option here is a half bind, where you can reach that left arm behind the back, trying to reach for that right hip crease. And of course, there's some variations. If you want to extend your left leg back behind you, that's an option as well. But again, take it where it feels right for you this morning. Most importantly, imagine dissolving some tension through the shoulder. And just one more breath here. And then slowly just start to release any of those variations. The left hand will stamp down towards the earth. Take that right arm, reach it back up and open. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, we'll meet back in a tabletop position. Let's do one round of cat and cow together just to neutralize. So drop the belly, gaze up, inhale. Exhale, round the back, pull the belly all the way in and up. Good. And then release, let the gaze come forward, that neutral table. Let's go to the opposite side. So take the left arm, reach it all the way up and open, deep breath in. And on the exhale, thread under, so that left shoulder now and that left cheek comes down towards the earth. And again, find those variations. Maybe this feels like it's enough. Otherwise, we can extend the right arm long. Maybe wrap that right arm behind the back. If you have that leg option, you can slowly start to inch that right leg behind you. Maybe you stay on the ball of the foot. Maybe you decide to even lift the leg. So any of these variations, just stay present, tuned in to the inhales and exhales. Good, one more here. And then slowly just release those variations. Let that right hand stamp down towards the earth. Left arm reaches back up and open. And then back to that table position. Another round of cat and cow. Drop the belly, gaze up, take an inhale. Exhale, round the back, pull the belly all the way in. And then from here, let's meet in our first downward facing dog. So just start to lift the hips up towards the sky. And pedal it out, bring some movement in the dog. Again, the first down dog, sometimes it takes a little movement to kind of find this foundation, really extend through the whole hand, being mindful to press a little bit more through the thumbs, that inner energy pulling in towards the midline. And if you look back at your feet, make sure they're just about 2 fist distance apart. Let the feet get nice and parallel with each other. And then find stillness here. Heels don't have to touch the floor, but imagine the energy just kind of reaching in that direction as you knit the ribs in towards your back. Good. And then let's ripple forward. Find a high plank position, nice and strong here in your plank. Of course, you can always drop the knees down towards the floor if you need to. Otherwise, keep pressing the earth away from you. And then take the right leg and just hover it over the ground. So like a 3-legged plank. Let's stay here and breathe just for 3. Good. 2. And now 3-legged dog. Let's take that right leg straight up towards the sky and then bend the knee and just start to fan open. So maybe some big hip circles here, maybe just moving through the ankle or even spreading your toes apart from each other. Do a little check-in, make sure you're still pressing in those inner edges of the palm. Good. And then take the right leg, reach it straight back towards the ceiling, really flex through the heel so the toes point downwards, and then squeeze the right knee in towards your nose, come all the way forward like a plank, and then gently step the right foot through the hands. Let's find a low lunge. We'll just take a gentle twist here, let that left hand stay down, take the right arm, reach it all the way up and open. Try to gaze up towards that right thumb. Good. And even reach through those top fingers. Nice. One more breath. And then slowly release, that right hand comes down. We'll meet back in a high plank position and we'll set up for the other side. So nice and strong here in your plank, belly pulling in and up, gaze just forward of your fingers, and then take that left leg, let it hover over the ground, maybe a few inches from the earth. Stay here and breathe just for 3. Good. 2. And then 3-legged dog, lift that left leg straight up towards the sky and then bend the knee and just allow that hip to open up a little bit. So again, maybe you just kind of hang out here. Maybe you bring some movement, some big hip circles into the body. Nice. And then take the leg straight back towards the sky, really flex through the heel so the whole leg is engaged, and then squeeze the left knee in towards your nose, step the foot through, find that low lunge so your back knee can be up or down here, find what works. The right hand will stay rooted, take the left arm, reach it all the way up. So a nice opening, try to gaze up towards that left thumb. Good, one more breath. And then slowly release, let that left hand come down. Let's meet back in high plank position. Once you're there, come a little bit forward towards those tippy toes and then drop down the knees and the chest and the chin. So Ashtanga Pranam. And then slither through onto the belly, baby Cobra Pose, a little lift here of the heart. Really squeeze those arm bones back. It's some engagement through the backs of the shoulders. And then slowly release your chin down towards the floor. We'll do those twice more, just waking up the spine. Point through your toes here. Try to zip up your legs together. Palms pressed towards the low ribs. And on the inhale, let's peel up. Baby Cobra Pose. Shoulders back. Nice long length through the neck. No tension through the gaze. And on the exhale, release the chins back down towards the earth. Good. So on this one, you have the option, either stick with Baby Cobra or maybe you lift up into a fuller Cobra position. Inhale as you rise up. Good. Shoulders back, tops of the feet press, palms press. And on the exhale, let it go. Release the chins back down towards the earth. And then we'll meet in a child's pose position. So just bring your hips back towards your heels. Let the arms extend out in front of you. Good. So this pose is always available to you. Take it at any time. And then we'll meet back in downward facing dog. So reestablish that connection from the ground all the way up. Imagine the sit bones being the highest point of your shape. So feel that connection through the finger pads, the knuckles, through that lift of the belly, through that flow of the breath. And then from here, just look forward, come onto your tippy toes and just make your way to the top of the mat. So maybe you tiptoe all the way up, maybe you take just a couple steps or even a hop. We'll meet in a ragdoll position, so feel free to widen the stance of your feet, grab hold of opposite elbow and just kind of hinge here from your hips nice and loose, just the way a ragdoll would look. So a little bend in your knees might feel good, a little sway from side to side, maybe shake out the head and the neck a little bit here as well. Good. And then release your hands down towards the earth. Lengthen the spine into a halfway lift. Gaze forward. So hands either to the shins or on the floor by the toes. Exhale and fold, chest towards your thighs. Let's do that again. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. This time start to lean a little bit more towards the balls of the feet. Good, belly strong. Exhale, fold, chest towards the thighs. So bring a bend here in the knees, really lift through the belly, and then slowly rise up to a standing position, like you're stacking the vertebra bone by bone. Take the arms all the way up overhead. Interlace those fingers, but leave your pointer fingers up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in here. And on the exhale, let's side bend over towards the right as your hips press forward and towards the left. Good, so getting nice and long here. From that left heel all the way through those top fingertips. Try to lift the chin a little bit off the chest. Arms going as straight as they can go. Good. And then slowly back through center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale over to the opposite side. Lean over towards the left. Let that right hip press a little bit more forward and towards the right. Good. So creating space along the right side of the body. Good. Imagine your arms kind of in the same line as your ears here. Good. One more breath. Heart facing upwards, and then slowly back through center, and then just bring your hands to your hearts. And let's take a moment to just set an intention, whatever that is for you this morning. And let this intention guide you through any challenge that might come your way. And then slowly release, just let the arms come long by your sides. We'll start with a classical sun salutation. So inhale, take the arms all the way up overhead, gaze up towards your thumbs, and on the exhale, bow down and fold forward. Lengthen the spine into a halfway lift, and then step the right leg back. Let the right knee lower down towards the earth, and we'll take this one a little bit slower. So just bring your hands to your left thigh and encourage your pelvis to even sink lower towards the earth. Imagine that back leg even getting straighter and longer behind you. Good. And then take the arms up overhead. Take a deep breath in. So it's a slight back bend as you gaze up towards the sky. And on the exhale, let the hands splash down. We'll meet back in a high plank position. Once you're there, come a little bit forward towards those tippy toes. Drop down knees, chest, and chin, Ashtanga Pranam. And then slither through Baby Cobra on the inhale. Exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Nice job. And let's take that right leg, reach it up towards the sky, really flex through the heel. Squeeze the right knee in towards the nose, step the foot through, let that back knee lower towards the earth. And again, let's take it slow. Bring your hands now towards your right thigh and just encourage the hips to get a little bit lower. So it's like this forward and downward energy here. Good. And then on the inhale, take those arms up overhead. Try to spiral those pinkies in towards the center. Good. And on the exhale, let the hands splash down. Let's step to the top of the mat so those big toes come together. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale and fold, chest to thighs. Good. And then slowly inhale as you rise all the way up to stand. And on the exhale, hands will come to the heart center. Good. So left side, we'll move a little bit quicker. Take the arms up overhead, deep breath in. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Good. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Step the left leg back, lower the knee towards the earth. And then on your inhale, take the arms up overhead, lift the belly, lift the gaze. And on the exhale, the hands will splash down, step back to high plank position. And then knees, chest, chin, lower towards the earth. Slither through Cobra Pose on the inhale. Exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Good. And then left leg, reach it up high, strong through that back heel. Squeeze the knee in towards the nose, step the foot through, lower the right knee down. Arms up overhead, deep breath, slight back bend here. And on the exhale, hands come down. Let's step to the top of the mat so those big toes touch. Good. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, chest to thighs. And then slowly inhale as you rise all the way up to stand. And then exhale, hands to your heart center. Good. So we'll add a little bit to this classical. Take the arms up overhead, deep breath in. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Step the right leg back, lower the knee towards the earth. On the inhale, arms up overhead, deep breath in. Exhale, hands will splash down. This time take a half split. So just straighten that left leg and flex those left toes towards your face. Let your hands just frame that front leg. Good. So look forward as you inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Imagine your chin and your shin getting closer. Really feel that upward lift here of the belly. With those toes flex back towards your face, getting a nice stretch through the back of that left leg. Good. One more breath here. Nice. And then bend back into your lunge. Plant the hands. Let's step back to a high plank position. Zip up those feet together. Let's take a side plank. The left hand will stay down. Take the right arm, reach it up towards the ceiling. So if you're modifying today, let that lower knee drop down towards the earth. Otherwise, work towards stacking the ankles, flexing the feet, maybe lifting that top leg if you're feeling up to it this morning. Good. Most importantly, press the earth away. One more breath. Good. And then let it go. High plank position. Bend the elbows, your choice. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Good. So feel free to stay here, or let's do that again. Ripple forward, find that high plank. Bend the elbows, come down, chaturanga. Inhale, lifts you up, upward facing. Exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Good. Let's take the right leg, reach it up towards the ceiling, really flex through the heel. Squeeze the right knee in towards the nose. Let's hold here in a plank. Good. Nice. Take the leg back up towards the ceiling. Let's bring the right knee towards that right elbow. Ripple forward. Find that plank-like shape. Hold here and breathe. Good. Lift the leg back up towards the sky. This time we'll twist right knee towards that left elbow. Let's hold this one for 3. Nice. Press firm in those hands. 2. And on 1, lift the leg back high. And then gently step that right foot through. Let's keep the back knee lifted this time. Let your hands just frame that front foot. So you're in a low crescent lunge. Zip in through the belly. Slight upward gaze here in your glance. Good. Deep breath in. And on the exhale, let's straighten that right leg and bow down, chin towards your shin. So a little bit deeper here in our stretch, kind of like a wide stance pyramid pose. If you like, you can flex those right toes back towards the face as well. Good. Take a look at the toes, get long in the spine, take an inhale. Exhale, try to sink just a little bit deeper. Good, one more full deep breath. And if your heel is flexed here, let's let the right foot come down towards the earth. So you can step to the top of the mat, big toes come together, good. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, chest to thighs. And then slowly inhale as you rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands come to the heart center. Good. We'll take that to the opposite side. Arms up overhead, deep breath in. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Step the left leg back, lower the knee down towards the earth. Arms up overhead, deep breath in. Good. Exhale, hands splash down. Let's shift back. Ardha Hanumanasana, halfway split, so that right leg will straighten. Flex the toes back towards your face. Good. Take a look forward as you inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. Chin towards your shins. Belly pulls in and up. Feel that scissor-like action in your legs so the inner thighs are engaged. Good. One more breath. Nice. And then bend back into your lunge. Plant the hands. We'll meet in a high plank position. We'll set up for side plank on this side. So feet together. Right hand stays down. Take that left arm, reach it up towards the sky. Good. So modify as you need to. That bottom knee can come down towards the floor. Most importantly, imagine that top hip reaching a little bit higher up towards the ceiling. Good. One more full deep breath. Take it where it can go. And on the exhale, let's meet back in high plank position. Bend the elbows, come down, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Good. So stay here or go again. Ripple forward, high plank. Bend the elbows, come down towards your hover. Inhale, lifts you up, feel the back bend. Exhale, lift the hips back, downward facing dog. Good. So that little bit of core work, take that left leg, reach it up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the left knee in towards the nose, all the way forward like a plank. Good. And then take the leg back up towards the sky. This time, left knee, left elbow, ripple forward, hold here and breathe. Good. Take the leg back up towards the ceiling. This time, crisscross left knee towards that right elbow. We'll hold for 3. Good. 2. And on 1, lift the leg back up and then squeeze the knee in towards the nose so you can gently step that foot through into that low lunge. Keep your back knee raised on this one. Set it up, hands just framing the front foot. Imagine your belly lifting off that front thigh. Nice upward glance here as you inhale. Exhale, straighten that left leg, bow down and fold, chin towards your shins. So maybe this feels like enough. If you want a little more, flex those left toes up towards your face. Good. So always being mindful to protect the lower back. So try to engage here through the navel. Nice. One more breath. And then slowly just make your way towards the top of the mat. Those big toes will come to touch. Good. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, chest to thighs. And then slowly inhale as you rise all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands will come to the heart center, and then arms just come long by your sides. Good. We'll set up for a few rounds of sun salutation B. Chair pose, drop the bottoms low, reach those arms high. So lean back towards your heels. Gaze up towards your thumbs. One breath in. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Good. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Plant the hands high to low plank, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. And then right away, step that right foot forward to warrior 1. So anchor the feet, rise up on the in-breath. Good. And then as you exhale, hands will splash down. Go through the vinyasa or simply meet us in downward facing. Good. Inhale, lifts you up. Exhale, downward facing. And then the left foot steps forward, really firm through that right heel. Rise up nice and easy. Good. Deep breath on the rise. Good. Exhale, hands come down, high to low plank. So move with your breath. Upward facing, inhale. Downward facing, exhale. That's where we'll meet. Good. Breathe it out. So let this serve like a resting moment. Of course, you can drop the knees and take child's pose if you need it. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. One more here. Inhale. Exhale. And then look forward. Make your way to the top of the mat. Step or hop. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale and fold. Chair pose. Drop the bottoms low. Reach those arms high. Try to lean back towards your heels. And then stand tall. Hands come to your heart center. Good. And again, chair pose, Utkatasana. One breath in. Exhale, fold forward, breathe it out. Lengthen the spine, Ardha Uttanasana. Plant the hands, Chaturanga, high to low plank. Feel free to keep those knees down. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Right foot steps forward. Rise up on the in-breath. Deep breath here, good. And then exhale, hands come down, high to low, all on that exhalation, good. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, down dog is where we'll meet. And then the left foot steps forward. Rise up, Virabhadrasana 1. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth, high to low plank. Good. Upward facing as you inhale. Down dog, exhale, good. So if you need to, take a deep breath in through the nose. Maybe sigh it out through the mouth. Good. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Good. And then look forward. Make your way to the top of the mat. Halfway on the inhale. Exhale and fold. Chair pose. Drop the bottoms low. Reach the arms high. We'll just keep going with this one. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Plant the hands high to low plank. Chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Step the right foot forward. Really anchor through your feet. Rise up, warrior 1. Let's hold this one here. Let's establish this strong warrior. Maybe pull that right hip back, that left thigh bone forward just a little bit more. And then interlace your hands behind your backs. Clasp the palms. And on the inhale, lift up, lift the heart. Exhale, bow down, humble warrior, right shoulder to the inside of the right knee. Good. So as much as you can, try to get those fists, lift them up towards the ceiling. Yes, you can. Sorry, guys. Good. Maybe work towards squeezing those palms a little bit closer together. And on the next inhale, slowly start to rise back up. You can unhook those arms. Let's straighten that front leg again. This time, adjust your stance. Maybe step your back foot in a little bit closer. We'll set up for a more traditional pyramid pose this time. So open your arms like a T. Take an inhale. Exhale, reverse the prayer behind your back, or maybe grab hold of those opposite elbows. So make sure you're still oriented towards the front of the mat. Good. Deep breath on the inhale. Exhale, bow down. Let's stop about halfway. So imagine your crown of your head really reaching forward. Try to scissor that right hip back, left thigh forward, and then take it deeper. Reach your chin towards your shins, close down towards the earth, or as close as you can get today. Good. So for many of us, the chin and the shin is not going to meet, but that's just the energy of where we're going. Good. Zip in through the belly. If you feel any unsteadiness, just take your hands again to the floor. Good. One more deep breath. And then wherever you are, let's all take our hands to the floor for standing split. Let's lift that left leg up towards the ceiling. Good. So any option here for your standing split, maybe you crawl your hands closer to that standing ankle. If you have a comfortable handstand hop, go right ahead. Otherwise, just kind of pulse this back leg just for 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, and on 1, the left foot comes down towards the earth to meet the right. Good. Breathe that out. Let's open the feet about 2 fist distance here before we move to the other side. We'll do a Yogi Toe Lock. So grab hold of those big toes. Look forward as you inhale. Exhale and fold. Bring your chest towards the thighs. Good. So maybe a little bend of the elbows here, whatever feels right for you. Good. Little bend of the knees, a little lift of the belly. Try to tuck your chin in towards your chest so you get a stretch in the back of the neck. It's also some cleansing properties through the glands of the throat. Good. One more breath. Good. Then release those toes. Let's heel toe the feet back to touch. And then chair position, Utkatasana. Drop the bottoms low. Reach those arms high. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Good. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Go through the vinyasa or step back to downward facing dog. So find what works for you today. These push-ups are always optional. Breathe it out. Good. And then from down dog, step that left foot forward. Let's meet in warrior one. So anchor that back foot down. Take the arms up overhead. Good. So imagine your hips and your shoulders facing the front of the mat. And then interlace those hands behind the back. This time that opposite interlace. A little lift of the heart here as you inhale. So a baby back bend here. And on the exhale, bow down, humble warrior, left shoulder to the inside of that left knee. If you can reach those fists away from the back, more towards the sky, go right ahead, get into those shoulder blades. Good. Left hip back, right thigh bone forward. Imagine your nose dipping towards the front big toe. Good. One more breath here. And then firm through your feet. You're going to inhale to rise back up. You can unhook those arms. Let's straighten that front leg. Set up for your pyramid posture. Maybe scoot that back foot in a little bit closer. Again, make sure your hip points are facing the front of the mat. Open the arms like a T. Take an inhale. Exhale, either reverse your prayer behind your back where those fingers reach in the middle of those shoulder blades, or just grab opposite elbow. A little lift here again on the inhale. Maybe focus on your third eye center. And on the exhale, bow down and fold about halfway. Do that little halfway check-in. Scissor the left hip back, right hip forward. And then once you feel stable there, go a little bit deeper, chin towards the shins, wherever that can take you. Good. Really firm through that back heel. Really press through that front big toe. So again, pulling the energy in towards the center of the body. Nice. Keep breathing. One more breath. And then release your hands down towards the floor, standing split. Let's lift that back leg high. So again, any variation here that works for you. Maybe this feels like enough. Maybe you rest your hands on a block or a pillow. Maybe you do some hops. That back leg doesn't have to be high, but let it get strong and straight. Flex through the heel and pulse the leg just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, left foot comes, right foot comes down. There you go. Shake it out here. We'll set up for Guerilla Posture. So open your feet about 2 fist distance once again. This time we'll go deeper. Walk your hands underneath your feet so your toes are right on your wrist. Good. Look forward as you inhale. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold, chest to thigh. So you might have to bend the knees a little bit more here. Good. Pull in through the navel. Protect that low back. Maybe you lean a little bit more into the balls of the feet. Good. Imagine the sit bones above the heels. Nice. One more breath. Good. And then slowly release the hands. Look forward as you lengthen. Exhale just to fold, chest to thighs. We'll try that again. Lengthen the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, chest to thighs. And then slowly inhale as you rise all the way up to stand. We'll keep it going. Let's move to eagle pose. Let's wrap that right arm underneath the left. Connect the elbows, press the palms. Good. If that's not working today, just grab hold of those opposite shoulders and then sink down into your legs like you're coming back into chair, and then wrap that right leg over the left. So no space here in your thighs. Good. You can have your right toe tips on the floor like a little kickstand. Otherwise, work towards eventually wrapping that foot behind the calf. Again, it's not necessary. These are just options. But try to sink a little bit deeper into the heel of that standing foot. Maybe even lift those elbows up a little bit higher. Good. One more breath. Nice and steady. Good focus. And then let it go. Unhook the arms and legs. Reach up overhead. Deep breath in. And we'll move right over to the opposite side. So take that left arm, wrap it underneath the right. Maybe grab those opposite shoulders. Sink deep into the legs. Left leg wraps and squeezes over the right. Good. Sometimes one side can feel completely different than the other. But find this strength on the inside. Even lift through the pelvic floor. Maybe you drop 2 inches deeper than you naturally want to go. Nice. Set the gaze. Focus your mind. One more breath. Good. And then let it go. Unhook the arms and legs. Reach up overhead. And then exhale. We'll meet with the hands at the heart center. And then arms just by your side. So if you need to grab a sip of water, or sip a coffee or whatever you're sipping this morning, go right ahead. And then we'll build on the eagle pose a little bit. So let's meet back in a standing position. Bring your shoulders up towards your ears and then just relax the shoulders. So maybe your palms face a little bit more forward. So just establishing your Tadasana, your mountain pose, feeling really firm and stable through your feet. The energy rising up through the crown of the head. Good. And then eagle posture, arms up overhead, deep breath in. Right arm wraps underneath the left. Connect those elbows, press the palms, bend into the legs. Right leg wraps and squeezes over the left. Good. There's something very therapeutic when we cross the midline of our limbs. Good. Take a deep breath in here. And on the exhale, bring your elbows down to tap the knee. So nice and steady. Good. And then unhook that right leg. Let's float it back to warrior 3 with those eagle arms. So continue to reach your fingertips forward. Again, you can't see your foot behind you, but imagine flexing the heel so much that your toes are pointing down towards the earth. Good. If you feel any unsteadiness here and you fall out, just come back in. Good. One more breath. And then gently just step into a lunge. Step that right foot behind you. Unhook those arms. Reach the arms up overhead. Good. Deep breath here. And then bring your hands to your heart center. Deep breath again. Inhale. Exhale. Let's twist. Right elbow hooks to the outside of that left thigh. Good. So the modification here would just be to drop that back knee down. You can stay with the palms pressed. You can also flower open. Right hand down, left arm up. Good. So find these subtle movements. Take a deep breath in through the nose. As you exhale, try to open up and twist just a little bit more. It might not even be an obvious, noticeable twist, but you can feel it. Good. One more time. Inhale. Try to open up just a little bit more. Good. And then on the exhale, let's open up to warrior 2. So anchor that back foot down. Fan the arms open. Gaze over that left middle finger. We'll give that left leg a little release in just a moment. So flip that front palm. Float back, radiant warrior. Good. Straighten that front leg. Maybe reach that left arm back even more. Good. Nice. And then come through center. Now we'll set up for triangle pose on this left side. So maybe shorten your stance here a little bit. Reach that left arm all the way forward. And then the left hand comes down, the right arm reaches high. Good. So don't worry about reaching for the floor. You can just have your hand rest in front of the shin or the calf. But try to lean back. Imagine these arms stacked one on top of the other, almost like your torso is stacked along the front leg. Good. If you'd like a little bit more, take that right arm, reach it over your head. Maybe stack that left arm to frame the ear as well for a core supported triangle. If you're going there, make sure you rotate your chest up towards the ceiling. Good. Stay and breathe just for 3. Good. 2. And on 1, we'll all inhale and rise back up to stand. Good. So we're going to step the back foot in, setting up almost like you're coming back into that pyramid shape, but this time for twisted triangle. So make your adjustments here so you're facing the front of the room once again. So you're stepping the back foot in close. Take that right arm, reach it all the way up towards the ceiling, and then lean forward and down. Right hand comes to either side of that front foot. Take that left arm, reach it all the way up towards the ceiling. So another opportunity for twist here. So zip in through the belly, take an inhale. Exhale, open up just a little bit more. Good. One more full deep breath on the inhale. Exhale opens you up. And then slowly release, let that left hand come down. Just step your back foot towards the top of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll pose. You guys are working hard. Grab hold of those opposite elbows. A little sway here from side to side. Good. And then heel toe those feet back together. Let the hands drip down towards the earth. Look forward as you inhale. Exhale, we'll meet back in downward facing dog. So step back, maybe jump back, whatever works for you in your practice. Inhale, lifts you up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. One more inhale. Stay for the exhale. Good. And then look forward. Make your way to the top of the mat. Big toes touch. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale and fold. Inhale, let's rise all the way up. We'll go right into eagle on the left side. Take that left arm, wrap it underneath the right. Connect the elbows, press the palms. Sink into those legs like you're coming back into chair, and then that left leg wraps and squeezes over the right. So set your gaze, lift the pelvic floor, lift the belly, take an inhale here. Exhale, let those elbows come down to tap the knee, nice and steady. Good, and once you're ready, unhook that left leg. Let's float it back. Warrior three with those eagle arms. Really flex through the heel. Set your gaze forward of your fingers. Nice. Maybe reach the fingers even further out in front of you. Good, one more breath. Nice. And then step back, left foot reaches the floor. Find your lunge position. You can unhook those arms, reach up overhead. Good. Hands come to the heart center. Deep breath in. Exhale, twist. Left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Good. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you flower open. Left hand down, right arm up. Back knee up or down. But wherever you are, try to power up through the ball of that back foot. Inhale. A little bit more of a twist on the exhale. Good. One more breath. Nice. And then open up to warrior two. So anchor that back heel down, adjust your stance so that right foot is reaching forward, your right knee is reaching forward, gaze over that right middle finger. Flip the palm, float back, radiant warrior. Now let's straighten that front leg, get a little release, but also use that as an opportunity to really lengthen that whole right side. Good, one more breath. And then slowly come through center, set up Utkatasana, triangle pose. So feel free to shorten the stance a little bit. Let's reach all the way forward. So that's a nice way to really lengthen the sides of the torso. Right hand come down, left arm reaches up. Good. So lean back, legs are straight, but also strong. So imagine lifting through the quadriceps. The muscles above the knees are rising. So you might have to bring a micro bend in the kneecaps here. Good. If you liked it last time, take that left arm, reach it over your head. Set up for that core supported triangle where you reach both arms like you're holding on to a big beach ball. Good. Stay and breathe. Hearts to the sky just for 3. Nice. 2. And then on 1, inhale to rise back up. Bring your hands to your hips. Let's set up for twisted triangle. So you have to step that back foot in and make sure your left toes are angled to the front corner of your mat. Good. This time the left arm reaches high. Take a deep breath in, get long through the torso. Exhale, lean forward and down. Revolve triangle, Pavrita Trikonasana, left hand towards the floor. Take that right arm, reach it up and open. So imagine as much as you can, your hips are square here, and you're isolating this opening and this twist through the torso, through the rib cage, through the spine. Good. Inhale. Try to open up a little bit more as you exhale. Good. One more breath. And then let it go. Top arm comes down. Let's just step to the top of the mat. Good. Breathe it out here. Bring those big toes back to touch. Chair pose. Drop the bottoms low. Reach those arms high. Good. So let's hang out here for a moment. Let's lean back towards your heels so much. Maybe your toes lift right off the mat. Good. Maybe you gaze up, feel nice and optimistic, even through a challenging situation. Good. One more breath. And then slowly sink all the way down into your bottoms, and then just make your way onto your back. Good. We're going to set up for a couple back bends. So bridge, upward facing bow. If you're expecting a baby, then maybe just a couple of rounds of cat and cow will be enough for you today. Otherwise, just have your toes pointing forward, feet about hip width distance apart. So we'll do a total of 5 of these back bends. So if you want to take a supported bridge at any point or move to your upward facing bow, you can do that as well. So stamp down through the feet. Lift those hips up. Set up for your bridge position by interlacing those hands underneath your back so you can shimmy those shoulders a little bit closer together. Good. Firm through the feet. Lift those hips up high. Good. So even though your legs aren't touching, you're feeling this inner energy, like you're almost isometrically pulling through the inner legs. Good. One more breath. And then release the hips back down towards the earth. If you need a little release, just rock the knees here side to side. Good. We'll try that again. Stamp down through the feet. Lift those hips up. Good. If you're sticking with bridge, interlace those hands. Really feel that shimmying of the shoulders a little bit closer towards the center. Really ground down through your feet and lift those hips up even higher. Good. Stay for 3, 2, and on 1, come on down. Rock the knees here side to side. For rounds 3 and 4, we'll have the option to lift the leg. So set it up, toes point forward to start. Stamp down through the feet, lift those hips up. Good, so find your back bend here. If you're feeling for it today, bring that right knee in towards your chest, and then take that right leg and reach it up towards the sky, like you're stamping the sky with your foot. Nice, that left leg nice and strong. That's keeping those hips nice and engaged towards the ceiling as well. One more breath. And then slowly reverse the steps. Come on down. If you need to neutralize, rock those knees side to side. And then number 4, toes point forward. Lift those hips up. Good. Find your arms. If you did it on the other side, let's squeeze that left knee now in towards the chest. Take the leg straight up towards the ceiling. Good. That right foot so strong, that's really actively lifting the hips towards the ceiling. Good. Stay for 3, 2, and on 1, come on down. Rock the knees here a little bit. Neutralize. This will be the last one. So your choice, maybe your deepest back bend, maybe this is the one you just kind of relax through or even skip. So stamp down through those feet. Lift those hips up. Good. If you're going for upward facing bow, I like to lift onto the head first and really squeeze the arms in towards the center. Keep pressing through the feet. Good. We'll stay and breathe for 5. Make sure you're engaged through your navel. Good. 4. If you're feeling good in your bow, maybe walk your feet closer to your hands. Nice. 3. Good. 2. And on 1, slowly, slowly come on down. Let's rock the knees here side to side. We'll meet in Supta Baddha Konasana. Let those feet come together. The knees will hang open. You can bring one hand to the belly, one hand to your heart, or any other arm positioning that feels good for you. And again, find that downward gaze. Maybe look towards the bridge of the nose. Or if you'd like to close your eyes for a moment, just tap into your breath. Feel this connection with yourself. Maybe even feel the connection of all of us. Two more breaths here. And then slowly let the eyes flutter open. Pull your knees in towards the center, in towards your chest. We'll start to rock and roll here, forward and back, the whole length of the spine. So do this 2 or 3 times. It wouldn't be a day and a hot yoga class without some high and low boats. So we're going to meet in boat pose, Navasana. So let's find those sit bones. Squeeze your legs in towards the center. Hold on to the backs of the thighs if you need to. Otherwise, extend through the fingers. Good. Stay here and breathe. Lift the chest, lift the heart just for 3. Good. 2. And then hover down to low boat. Try to keep looking towards those toes. Good. Let's stay here and breathe for 3. 2. And on 1, lift back up, high boat. Lift the chest, lift the heart. Stay for 3. 2. And on 1, hover down to that low boat. This time, let's shuffle the feet. Go for 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, and on 1, last set, lift back up, high boat. Hold on if you need to. Really lift the chest through the arms. Good. Stay for 3, 2, and on 1, hover down, low boat. This time, let's crisscross the ankles just for 5. Good. 4, 3, 2, and on 1, let everything go down towards the earth. Nice job. If you need to stretch that out, reach your arms over your heads. Good. Bring the knees back in towards your chest. Start to rock and roll forward and back once again. This time we'll meet in a seated position. You can start off with your legs out in front of you. Do a little rock from side to side, but let's set up for Janu Sirsasana. Let that left leg stay straight. That right foot's going to tuck to the highest point of the left thigh. So again, flex those left toes back towards your face. Take your arms up overhead as you inhale. And on the exhale, let's bow down and fold. Another chance for chin to the shin or forehead to the knee, whatever translates the easiest for you. But try to keep both sides of the torso pretty even. So you might need to tack that right torso down a little bit more. Good. Zip in through the belly. One more breath. And on the next inhale, let's slowly rise up. Let's take a gate position. So just walk your right hand behind you and then lift those hips up. So that left arm is going to reach all the way up overhead. So it's a nice counter stretch of the front of the body here. Good. And then slowly bring everything back down towards the earth. From here, let's move right to half pigeon. So you're going to keep your right leg pretty much where it is. Just swing that left leg behind you so it gets long behind you. Good. So if you're not taking this version of a pigeon pose, you can take a seated figure 4, or you can also lay on your back and just wrap that right ankle above the left thigh. But if you're going for your pigeon pose, once you feel set up in your positioning, you can start to crawl those hands out in front of you. Good. If you have a block, you can prop it underneath that right hip a little bit. And just stay here and breathe. Really flex through that front ankle. Point through those back toes. And maybe just observe your relationship holding here in this position. Sometimes I like to think of my very first pigeon pose ever, and I felt like it was never going to end. And now I feel like I can stay there all day long, right? Two more breaths. And then slowly take your time. Just start to transition back onto the hands. We'll meet in a 3-legged dog. So just take that right leg, reach it up towards the sky, and just give yourself any final movements here that releases that hip. So maybe just fanning open. If you love flipping your dog, you can do that as well. And then we'll slowly meet back in downward facing. Look forward, just come back to a seated position. We'll set up for Janu Sirsasana on the opposite side. So this time the right leg is long. The left foot tucks in. Good. Flex through the right toes. Arms up overhead as you inhale. Exhale, bow down and fold forward. Good. Maybe look towards the toes, take an inhale. Exhale, sink a little bit deeper. And then slowly on the inhale, start to rise back up. Good. Let's reach that right hand behind you. Find your gate position as you lift the hips. That left arm reaches up and overhead. And then slowly back down. We'll move to half pigeon from this position. So just reach that Extend the leg way back behind you. So you're kind of feeling this in this outer left hip here. So set it up as you wish. Once you feel steady, start to crawl those hands out in front of you. Try to flex through that front ankle. Try to point through the back toes. Two more breaths here. And then slowly just start to reverse your steps. Give yourself a little counter positioning. In a three-legged dog, fan open. Maybe just feels good to pedal the feet or shift the hips around. And then when you've had enough, we'll meet back in a seated position with both legs extended out in front of you. Flex the feet back towards you, really reach through the fingers, and then slowly inhale as you lower all the way down onto your backs. Good. Take your time getting there, nice and controlled. And then this is where you can bring any final movements to your practice. If you'd like to do an inversion or bring your legs up towards the sky or up against the wall, you can do that. If you want to squeeze your knees and maybe rock a little bit side to side, like you're massaging the low back, or maybe even a final twist by dropping the knees over to one side, staying there for a few moments, and then taking the knees to the other. So really personalize these final moments, but being mindful that you have some time for a Shavasana, that you come to a comfortable resting place so that you can truly just let the body just be by itself for a few moments. So once you find your Shavasana, feel free to take up some space. You can widen your feet towards the edges of the mat, maybe widen the span of your arms. And just as much as you can, find that stillness.